Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at Gala. This is kind of a worst case scenario, but you got to keep in mind Elliott Wave has been pretty on point lately with a lot of trades. So you just got to recognize that we do have potential for one more lower low after we establish our higher low. Okay, or sorry, lower high. Okay, so that's a lower high, and this is the lower lows here, right? Typically, it's an ABC pattern when it comes to Elliott Wave. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the Elliott in the room. See what I did there? That was intentional pun. Terrible, I know. Sorry to not make you laugh. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the backend data really quick before we get started. And what we want to talk about here, excuse me, is the, and here's the Elliott in the room too. What I talked about yesterday, there's a heavy, did I say heavy? Heavy concentration of liquidation at 2.82. That's going to be a crazy level for a lot of people in long positions for Gala. Not saying it's wrong for you to be long on Gala, but it is kind of also too. And we'll explain why and what I mean by that. Be sure to stick through the end so you understand kind of my logic in what I'm saying here. But the truth is, with there being that much liquidation at that area, that's a focal point for whales. They're always going to try to push the price action in that direction to wipe out those levels, and then they can just reverse it from there. Okay. In other words, there's no more resistance if everyone's liquidated, right? So then they can push the price action in whatever direction they see fit. Oftentimes it goes up, and then they sell again later when everyone else buys in for the shorts. Okay, it's kind of a rinse and repeat situation. It's terrible, I know, but whales are whales, and they just love their blubber. So let's talk about the 4-hour time frame. Actually, let's do the daily first because I know that it's been 48 hours since we covered this last. Sorry I didn't cover it yesterday. It is part of my daily driver. I just think I got a little distracted with some priorities. So we are above the trend line here. Again, 20 SMA, fantastic. That's good news. So again, the price pulling back, completely normal, right? While it's a little more aggressive than we'd like, just based on Bitcoin selling off massively on Sunday night, $250 million in liquidation in 1 hour or less, yeah, that'll tend to shake the market a little bit, right? So they shook out a lot of longs. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of longs left in Gala. I'm not saying that's bad to be long, but once again, it's just a target on the back, right? So Gala has a target. We have the MACD starting to diverge. Not a great sign. Haven't diverged officially yet, so don't worry. We're still above 50 on the RSI, and we have been since October 20th. Most coins are, just above 50 on the RSI ever since October 20th. Okay? The 20th, 21st was a really good day. Everything kind of shifted there. And the same thing here as well for Gala. So what that means for us here, the translation is that we're still on the right side of the tracks. We haven't broken bearish yet, but we still got room for downside, okay? Until we hit that support level at 50 on the RSI, which could come at this lower fib level at 28.3, or that liquidation level, coincidentally, right there at support, 28.2, okay? Again, target on its back. So let's talk about this here too. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat, apologize. Got a little bit of a sniffle today. So the 4-hour time frame, we want to talk about this here. Being below this average true range of basically volume at 3.1 cents is not great. That's typically working as a disadvantageous resistance level. We can also see some candlestick closures here, previous resistance here at about 3.2. So we're working against the grain. Okay? We're below the 50 and the 20-day SMA, also disadvantageous, while we're still maintaining above 100 on the simple moving average, which is concurrent with this ascending trend. So the large-term trend line is still good. We lost our short-term trend line. Okay? It really just implies that we just got to pay more attention to what's going on moving forward. It doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going straight down. What is kind of nice here is we are starting to see, it's an ugly double bottom, but we have a potential double bottom pattern there. We've also, basically just bottomed out here, and the price action is not willing to go lower than 3.02 cents. But again, that's still a little early. This candlestick hasn't closed yet. That said, though, the overall sense here is looking decent, but not great, okay? And again, the narrative here is that we're still working with our ascending trend lines, but we're now under 50 on the RSI. That's disadvantageous, to say the least. Money flow index is kind of close to the RSI too. What we want to see in a perfect situation, RSI to come on down here, and then the money flow index to be somewhere down here. That is X marks the spot, perfect time to take entry, especially if we can get a little convergence here from stochastic. And this is swinging down now, by the way. Okay, so all the more reason to not consider a long position. So there's a stronger likelihood the price will continue lower. So all this basically means is that we have a lot of conflicting information on the 4-hour time frame. And to me, the 4-hour time frame is supposed to be one of those transitional time frames that tells us that we're going from bad to better, or from worse to good, or from horrible to nice. You get the gist, right? And we're not there right now, okay? We're actually almost the inverse in a sense, where we got some contributing factors minus the ascending trend lines that are telling us the price wants to continue lower. Okay. So again, if you take a look at this Elliott Wave here, just to kind of touch on this, again, this is not rocket science. It's not exact science either, which rocket science is, but what we're looking at here is that we got our lower low here. That is essentially in, okay? So we've hit our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, effectively 3 higher highs and 2 higher lows. And it's typically always followed by a lower high, lower low, and a lower high again. So again, we're looking at this here. This is our lower low, lower high, and lower low. I might have misspoke, but you get the idea there. Essentially looking at 2 lower lows and a lower high. We're still trying to discover our lower high, which I think this is probably in, which implies this next movement is going to be lower than this recent wick here down to 2.82. Okay, hypothetically it'll be parallel or lower. Okay, so we either have a double type of bottom where we bounce off that 0.618 level there, or we continue on down to 1.618 and start making some lower lows. All of these scenarios include a wipe of all this liquidation level. Okay, this guy here is time to say bye-bye. Again, no guarantees, but the data is telling us that. Okay, and that's generally the 4-hour time frame. Again, transitionary time frame, but still relevant. Hourly, we want to just confirm here we're either above or below the cloud. You probably know where I'm going with this, considering you've watched my videos likely before. If you are new to the channel, thanks again and welcome. Oh, before we go, forget to click on the like button, man. Just help grow the channel. It really helps us out a lot. Furthermore, too, join the best exchange in the world. My personal opinion, yes, but my community also agrees that they are fantastic, significant rewards if you use my link to register. No VPN, no KYC. Exact reason why you want to consider switching over. I don't like switching exchanges, honestly. I don't love it. But BingX, unfortunately, requiring VPN now, that's just means KYC is on the horizon. Okay, just some friendly advice. Again, take with it what you will. So here's the hourly. We are below the cloud. We broke above with a false positive here for a moment, but it still technically didn't when you think about it, because the cloud had such a significant drop. There's actually a line right there. So truth is, we never really broke above the cloud officially. We had the conversion line below the baseline. A lagging span is within the price action, so still kind of messy. This really tells us if you have a short position open, you may want to consider trimming some of your position and or closing some of it. And then the inverse as well, too, whereas we do not have any signs whatsoever to take a long position. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to be successful because Tom, Dick, and Harry did. Tom, Dick, and Harry only share with you their good trades that are 100x leverage and they're, 1,000% return. That's awesome. Good job for you. Very well done. You know how long those traders sustain as traders? Usually not very long because they're getting wrecked and not even sharing that with you. Okay, again, I like slow, consistent growth. I don't care if it's slow. I don't care if it's otherwise. It's consistent and it continues to grow. Okay, that's the whole point. That's why I share my signals with my trading university and, of course, my premium and premium plus group. We've got a day trading bot that scalps. Essentially, we've been scalping BNB, Solana, and Litecoin. That was the last 24 hours. I think we just took some profits with Solana there as well. 9 hours, another one-day trade. But yeah, those are basically just a day trading bot that I created. My swing traders, this is every single trade that I take myself personally. I maintain these. 102% from Adam, Cartesi 70, OP 21%. That was a trade we took last night. And then, of course, we do have the occasional stop loss. This is a first stop loss this month at 63% for Terra Classic. That was an unfortunate trade just before Bitcoin dumped, and it sent our stop loss to trigger. But everything else is pretty awesome. So be sure to check that out anyways. If you want, cryptocash.tech is the site, link down below. If you can message me through the website or Discord or whatever, I'm fully available. I look forward to working with you either way. And just the general consensus here is that Gala is not primed and ready to go up at this point. Everything is tentatively pointing down. There is a possibility the price goes up, but I'm going to wait for confirmation and ensure that we're at the very least, above the cloud. We have better signals in the 4-hour time frame as well. But I still feel like we're going to see lower lows and lower highs, and that 8.2 mark. Be careful. Check your liquidation levels. Make sure you ensure you either add to your margin, which I usually don't recommend, or consider closing the trade in profit and or small loss. Again, the price will probably shoot straight up as soon as I upload this video. That's exactly what happens a lot of the times. Trust me, the market moves, okay? No control over it. But at this point, statistical probability of the price going down, then up. That's basically what we're looking at right now. I hope that works well. Comment below, let me know your thoughts. Look forward to working with you. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.